Hey guys, Jacob here. It is the 3rd of December 2020, and as you guys know, we got a look at TU12 in this week's State of the Game. First, if you guys are new, welcome to the channel. I upload daily Division 2 content on stuff like build videos, vendor resets, and overall news on the game. Now, to get right into it, I'm going to start right off with the roadmap so you guys know exactly what we're going to be getting in Season 4. This is the Fei Lao Prime Target Season 4 manhunt that a lot of you guys have been waiting for to finally kill her, or potentially maybe she escapes. I'm not really sure at this point, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, for the targets, we have Viper, Kestrel, Magnus, and Cersei. That's through December 8th through December 29th for the first two, and then January 19th, and then February 9th. So this will be between December and all the way up to February. Then we have all the leagues, the global events, and the 2 apparel events, which is Outguard and Codename Nightmare, which some of you guys may be a little bit confused by Codename Nightmare due to the fact this is a Kinley College mission, but I will explain exactly what they've done with that. Now, after the roadmap, I'm going to be talking about some of the exotic changes and what they've done to them. For the first one is going to be the PDR and the capacitor. For the capacitor exotic assault rifle, they've buffed the magazine capacity from 30 to 41. They've also buffed the skill damage and for the stacks, and they've also buffed the skill tier damage from 5% weapon damage to 7.5 weapon damage, which is really nice. The Bighorn has gotten a magazine increase from 30 to 40, if you guys really like the Bighorn. And also, as long as you're getting headshots, you can keep refreshing the headshot stack bonus if you guys want to use that. But if you're on console, it may be a bit of a pain in the ass because it's a pain getting headshots on console. At least it is for me a little bit using that weapon. Next is going to be the Scorpio shotgun. This is the exotic shotgun we're going to be getting as well based on the 612. One thing they did change about this was with some of the stacks. I can't remember exactly what they said about every percentage, but the main thing, the reason why they changed this, because people were using this kind of as like a sniper rifle and shooting really far with it and using the poison. But now they've kind of changed it where you have to get like the pellet registration on the targets so you can get your max output status effect, I guess. That's kind of how they put it. It was kind of weird for me to remember. But the debuffs are still there, and you have to be kind of close to your target to use this because it is a shotgun after all. Next is going to be the optimization station. Now, the optimization station isn't here yet, but it will be here in TU12, but it will be at the recalibration station in this area. One thing they did change about that, or pretty much said about that, was people are saying it costs too much money to use this, and it's not very, what's the word for it? It's not cheap, and that's why people are getting a little bit upset about it, and it's very expensive, and it's not to replace farming, so keep that in mind, and these resources will, be a bit of a pain in the ass to get and will cost you some money to basically cap off something, not to fully expand a, say you get a really low weapon. You shouldn't, in my opinion, like use all your resources to max out that weapon unless it's a weapon you've been looking for a very long time. But for me, it's more designed around capping off an item if you have something that's like 2 or 3% off from being God roll, and then you can cap it off and have your triple stat piece. Or you can do that with, gear sets, weapons, exotic stuff like that, and essentially be good to go. But they did say that if you want to get the SHD materials, you will have to get a blueprint to craft those, and that's how we get the majority of those. Next is going to be the apparel vents, and the apparel vent is going to be the first one, which is right here, which is going to be the Outguard Apparel event, and this is through the 22nd through January 11th, and I gotta say, this apparel event looks absolutely insane. Just looking at this one, it's very tactical. It reminds me a lot of kind of Modern Warfare and Rainbow Six and Splinter Cell together, and also a little bit of Battlefield. They went all full on tactical with this, and I know a lot of people are going to be very happy because this is what they've been wanting for a very long time. Here's some close-up pictures, and to me, this looks full-on Rainbow Six. I don't know why. It looks very cool, but this is Grizzly, and you guys will see it has kind of like a body armor with a shoulder pad and a helmet. Then you have Coyote, which is kind of a recon-style outfit. Then you have Hawk, which kind of reminds me of Battlefield 4. If you guys play that, you'll know the recons had like kind of like a face mask and a hat. And then we have Mongoose, which is, to me, kind of Sam Fisher. It looks very Sam Fisher-esque, and I kind of wish they would have made it all black and gave him some green night vision goggles, and that would look absolutely sick. But I gotta say, this might be my second favorite apparel event that they've had in this game. It just looks very, very awesome. Now, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is going to be going back to the roadmap and that's going to be for the apparel event for Codename Nightmare. They did say they made this into apparel event due to the fact that they've had some changes and decided, I guess, they flipped it and didn't do what they were originally going to do with this and make it the Codename Nightmare apparel event. But at the same time, it kind of makes me wonder if some of these devs are full of shit and there's actually something secret behind this, because they did say it's supposed to be some really good apparel items. But at the same time, I feel like they might throw something in here to throw us off guard, because they have said before that we weren't going to go back to New York City, and we did go back to New York City after all. So who really knows at this point? I think there'll be some kind of surprise in the Codename Nightmare apparel event. Another thing as well, they did talk about there's going to be a TU12 release for, I guess, somewhere around there, the next gen upgrade. So you now be at about 60 FPS, if I remember correctly, on the newer consoles if you have the Xbox Series X and PS5. So now you can have 60 FPS if you guys have those. I don't think it's a visual upgrade. I think it's just more of an FPS upgrade, if I remember correctly. That's how they talked about. And finally, it's going to be the Season 4 release, which is going to be Tuesday on the 8th, if I remember correctly. One thing I know some of you guys are going to be a little bit annoyed by this. This update comes a few days out before Cyberpunk does. So if you guys are going to be playing Cyberpunk, then this comes out in the same week. So you might have to hop on, on back and forth if you guys want to play this and also play Cyberpunk. But I'm going to be trying to make as many videos as I can for you guys in those first few days so I can get some stuff published so you guys can check it out. Next is going to be the holiday event. And yes, they're having the holiday event again. You guys will be able to get the Santa hats, the Slayer snowball gun, and also the new Hunter mask. And they did not reveal how to get the Hunter mask. But, who knows? I'm sure we'll figure it out on how to get it. But I gotta say, this is pretty cool. It's an all-black Hunter mask. It has some, white and red paint on there to kind of look like Santa Claus. First time around, I really wish they would have gave us something like this. And maybe this time around, they would give us the full Santa outfit. But it is what it is. At least they're giving us something new instead of just giving us the Slayer in the hat again and not giving any of the older players something new to have. But that's pretty much going to wrap it about up. The last thing I'm going to be talking about, they did change how Guardians works a little bit. But overall, I think they made it where you can shoot through the shields now once you kill a certain amount of Guardians and punch through them a little bit easier. But overall, that's pretty much the main topics they talked about, and I know the main stuff you guys are curious about the most. But thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more Division 2 content, and I will catch you guys all later.